Hey everyone, this is Shag. Welcome to Wily Stage 2, where my commentary would be about how easy the enemy placement and obstacle placement is, if I weren't sitting on a steady stream of outtakes that are the most stupid outtakes you could possibly have. God dang it, what is wrong with me today? Regardless, I think this stage is overall easier than the Met stage we were just in, at least in theory, but apparently not in practice. A lot of the enemy placement is just, why would you do that? Why, how is that a threat? Like, even the spikes at the very beginning before that ladder, how would you run into those unless you failed really, really hard? And those guys can't even move off the platform they're on, so they're just like this. There's no way you can run into them unless you jump into them on purpose. What is the deal? I seriously do not get it. Unless it's supposed to be stupid and easy, in which case I still don't get it, because why would they do that this late in the game? I guess they don't have anywhere else to put it, unless they made Stupid Easy Man! Speaking of Stupid Easy Man, well, he's not really easy, because he's just stupid. Eddie! You are the most worthless thing ever. Screw you. Unscrew you would be more appropriate, because then we could dismantle you into parts and throw you into the junkyard. And that would be nice. Speaking of things, most pointless enemy ever. Even if you were on that ladder, you would see that little buzzsaw in that 2x2 room, and no one would continue climbing. Why would they continue climbing? Why would you do that? One of the only threatening sets of enemies in the stage is these mummies in this room, because they actually have, well, space to hit you with, and they're not placed in incredibly nonsensical ways, but only the ones on the bottom floor there are really threatening. And now the next threat, bats. They're not really that special, unless they manage to sneak into the floor a couple of pixels above, or below, rather, where your buster shot can hit them, causing shenanigans, which happens. Hate them. Look, more pointless level design. That is not hard, and those guys, why would you go that way? I don't understand. Look! There's like no way you'd get hit by these guys unless you purposely fell onto them. You'd have to slide right through there. Or like make that jump and then fail to hit the ladder. And just fall on top of them. But why would you do that? Why would you do any of this stuff that's so bad? Speaking of things that are bad, I'm just going to cheat and freeze these guys. Because, oh god. Because I don't like fighting them. That's the reason. It's kind of boring. I mean, my reason is kind of boring. Fighting them is kind of like, why take the risk? Which of course means I'm going to waste all my ammo. Speaking of having no ammo, the ring, which is the weakness of everything, the one ring to destroy them all, is the weakness of this boss too. I don't have very much of it to spare. So we'll see how this goes. This boss is about knowing how he's going to attack, knowing how to avoid it, and not being greedy with your own attacks. That is all this boss is about. And yet, he can still surprise you, because like half of these things are close calls. And we're already almost out of ring. Now we are out of ring. So I guess the best bet from here is charge shots. So let's do that. So really, he shouldn't be that hard, but he can kind of like screw you over. In a way, but apparently not in this way. Well, that was Wily too. Yay. Next is going to be the Robot Master rematches and the Wily Machine stage, which is going to be the worst thing in the universe. So let's fight the boss. Can you guess what it's weak to? Hint, everything in this freaking game is weak to the ring. I guess it's the one ring to defeat them all, huh? So this boss is like, I have 2 attacks. I can do that, and I can do that again. That's not what I expected him to open with, but I'll deal with it. Basically, this is a boss of, don't get greedy with your attacks, and learn how to react to his. Failure! Hey, 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 wanna be useless? Yes, you do! He gave us an E-tank. An E for Eddie. E for useless. Oh dear, Eddie. Look, it's more caterpillars that can't do squat to you. And more shooting through the wall. Have we done that yet? Is that a more, or is that a first? That's just pathetic. This is pathetic, too. I'm seriously thinking they did this on purpose. Does this guy ever have a point? Would anybody keep climbing up the ladder without noticing that? Sounds like something I might do, but only if I was being particularly silly that day. Oh dear. We go doing this? That's good. No, that's bad. Basically, you have to hit him in the gym thing there. As you could probably have guessed. And Ring does a ton of damage, so it's not really a problem. It's a little bit scary since they come really close to you, but you know. I understand what the point is. So anyway, there are mummies in here. And since they can be vaguely threatening since they're not positioned in terrible, stupid ways, I'm just going to freeze them and desecrate their remains. No tomb robbing to be done here because they seem to be displaced. Alas, there are no riches for us. Bats! There's not much to say about them, they're bats. I almost accidentally jumped right into one. Oh, what the... What? Why would you do that if you can just not do that? Stupid!